Hello everybody, it's Cape Rugby TV time, and we talk about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. And just because the Sevens is finished and the league is finished doesn't mean Club Rugby doesn't carry on. Every year we do this, where we get together and we do the captain's table over the end of December and slightly into January, and we talk to some of the captains from the various leagues, and it becomes a lot of fun, so make sure that you stay tuned. But before we get the ball rolling, let me just say a big thanks to our partners on board with us: Direct Access Financial Services Partners, Score Energy Drinks. Well, as you know, as always, you can win yourself a case of Score Energy Drinks during the course of the show. MCAM 24-hour pharmacy, they're on the corner of N1 and Durban Road. Yes Electrical, and of course Intercape. As you know, Intercape are the official transport providers to Western Province Rugby. Let me introduce you to our guests this evening. Let's start off on my far right there, Ivor van der Merwe. Ivor, nice to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me, JP.
Is it your first time on the show?
Yeah, first time. Always on the field. Yeah, my first time.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk about this Big John Ivor scenario. I got to work this out. I'm not quite sure. Luvo, first time for you, Busy Bees?
Sir. Yes, first time.
We've had you on the side of the field.
Yeah.
And of course, Fabian Philander. Fabian Goodwood, nice to have you on the show.
First time, yes, thank you, JP.
First time on the show for you. All right, John, let's clear this up. I'm going to be calling you John. It's Ivor for the fans that are out there. Where does that come from?
Okay, so basically it started all off with me attending to Excelsior High School at the time. My coach then, Philip van Rooyen, used to call me. My second name is John, so he called me Big John, Jan. So basically it just grew with me through the school ranks up till Club Rugby, and still having it now at that.
So it is actually one of your names. It's not like they took it from a movie or something like that. Luvo, nice to have you on the show. Busy Bees, you're looking fancy there in your Busy Bees tie. Did Alfred and the guys say that you have to wear the uniform today?
Yeah. Like they say like I should like look present, so I thought why not maybe the other tie and the shirt just to look different.
But Bees, you guys have had a lot of branding. You guys are really looking the part. Every time we see you, the guys are dressed well. It's been a good year for Busy Bees, especially at Newlands this year. Fans were out there in droves. They were out there at City Park as well. Tons of fans.
Yeah. It's like always nice to have like such fans, because like even if like we're down, you know, like the Busy Bees fans, like they're always like boosting the morale up. So that's like when we just think, because the name says it all, Busy Bees. So
Fabian, when you guys walked in here this evening into the studio, did you guys catch up? Did you have a few minutes to talk about games that you played against each other? Because you don't often have a time to socialize. But you'll see each other on a Saturday when you play against each other, and then it's hard rugby, and then you only see each other maybe the next game.
Yes, no, that's still Japes. But it's just nice, it's a nice platform where you get to see someone out of his comfort zone. Yeah. Because it's business. If it's between the four lines, that's a do or die situation. Yeah. But Big John, that name, you won't forget that name.
So you guys all obviously played against each other in the season. I'm not gonna start off with you, but Fabian, let's start off with you. Are there, if we look at Busy Bees and Kels River, are there any memories that pop up now that you see the guys face to face?
For me this year, I can proudly say Busy Bees haven't won good this year. We've been struggling. We have a rival going on for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So this year, 2019, we had them in the friendly and in the league. Yeah. So that was nice for us.
Your first game of the season, Franschhoek, probably one of the biggest games that people would have expected from a fan perspective when Franschhoek comes out. But that didn't really set. I mean, if we look at that game, your first game, Kuilsrivier Franschhoek, it didn't go your way on the day, but that certainly was no indication of how the rest of the season was going to turn out for Kuilsrivier.
Yeah, definitely, JP. I think that, as I would always say, it's a marathon. You don't just start off with the first game. But I think our preparation was good at the time. We still being a new team, new guys joining the club, and also with the thought that Franschhoek had with the previous year, us winning them in the dying moments. They had something to come and prove their point there at our side. But at the end, I think it's just the challenge component of the team. After that, we sort of straightened things out, and then we knew from where we where we want to be and where we're going at that moment.
I mean, you had to do a bit of bouncing back over the last few years. I mean, you were in Super League A. It wasn't easy dropping down to Super League B. And
Yeah.
you had to kind of reset things a bit, eh?
Definitely, Super League A, if I have to say, it comes more with the preparation. It's not just meaning coming to the league and just proving your point. It's the league is so, how can I say, structured with being in Super B, me going down to Super B again, and just finding myself chasing the guys most of the time, where in Super A it's more like full front contact. So
Yeah.
preparation is key, and then also if you have those neighbors chirping in, assisting here and there, getting the team together. Yeah, it's basically, everything needs to be structured from the get-go. You can't just go up and think that everything is going to fall in front of you there.
Luvo, let's go to you, Busy Bees perspective. What was the goal for Busy Bees this year? When you guys started off the season, what was the team talks? You guys had a lot of pre-season sort of high performance training.
Yeah, we had like so much planned for this season, but unfortunately, like things didn't go according to the plan. But like I'm happy where we are like as a team, because like most of the people thought like it was like us going to Super League B and then going back to Super League C.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, like we...
Tell us a little about that pre-season training, because we had Jerome Parvater here on the show. Obviously, you all know Jerome, and Jerome's co-panel member, and he was helping you guys at the High Performance Center, as well as a bunch of the other players. I think in preparation for the Club to Super Sport Challenge and some of the other things that he had going. When you guys got to the High Performance Center, how did that feel? I mean, it's a bit of difference.
Yeah, it was amazing, because like not every team, like the black teams, get the opportunity to go and train where the Stormers train.
Yeah.
So it was like amazing. All the players like wanted to go, but as you know, like we have like other commitments besides rugby. So not all of the team, like the first team players, had to go because they had to go to work and they were maybe knocking out late. But it was amazing, man.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing because they experienced like the place that we were doing the pre-season on, like the equipments. It was amazing for us. Like we really appreciate the Western Province.
We've actually got a video of that pre-season training. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy.
Welcome back, everybody. Just a little bit of highlight footage there, of course, of the guys, the pre-season Busy Bees over at the Langa Sports Grounds there. On the show with me this evening is Ivan van der Merwe, captain of Kuilsriver, Luvo and Tiapi. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Busy Bees, and Fabian Philander, vice captain at Goodwood. Luvo, let's go back to you. Some interesting footage there, obviously. But I see that and one of the great things that we noticed this year was the improvement in women's rugby. You guys got practicing together there at the same time?
Yeah, too much, because like most of the time, like we like to practice with them just to inject the rugby that PCB has. So as you know, like most of the Western Province and Springboks comes from the BZPs.
That's right.
On the women's sides. So I would like to thank Sutu for that, because like he has done like a lot for the team. Like even us, like we started playing on under 13s till like first team, and so all thanks to him.
Folks, when we're talking about Masutu here, we're talking about Alfred Kiwana.
Yeah.
Alfred is a legend in the world of club rugby. And in fact, I would go so far as to say, I don't know, Fabian, if you've seen it, but Alfred has got the absolute best jacket in the world of club rugby.
But he's Mr. Busy Bees.
He is Mr. Busy Bees. Have you guys got a Mr. Goodwood?
Yes. Our very own Dani.
Dani has been at Goodwood for close on 30, 40 years now.
Yes, easily.
That's all. How's the gears at Goodwood?
No, it's nice, JP. For this year, we managed to keep, say, 75% of last year's squad. And it was a nice mixture of youth and some of our senior guys. We brought a lot of under-20s into the system. For the year, I think our turnover was probably between 45 and 50 players that had opportunity.
Anyway, folks, we're going to take an ad break. We are going to also have a look at Busy Bees up against Brackenfell after the break. But we're going to take an ad break, and we're going to come back. We carry on with our Captain's Corner. It's one of those end of season shows where we manage to catch up with some of the players and speak to them about how it is that they experienced the year. And I think for a lot of the guys, it's the first time that they actually have a chance to socialize a little bit. We'll see you after the break. Don't go away. Well, welcome back, folks. We're doing the captain's table here on Cape Rugby TV. It's nice to have you along. With me is, of course, Ivan van der Merwe from Kuilsriver. He's the captain of Kuilsriver. Luvo Ntiapi is the vice captain at Busy Bees, and Fabian Philander, vice captain at Goodwood. It's nice to have you guys along. Before I go back to you guys, let's take a look at the match between Busy Bees and Brackenfell. Don't worry, Goodwood, we're going to get to you guys.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks, and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks, and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy.
Welcome back, folks. Busy Bees up against Brackenfell there. Luvo, we go back to you.
Yeah.
We've said this before, that one of the good ways of getting your preseason going is to play against tougher teams. Play against guys that are slightly higher up than you, because it gives you an indication of what you're going to come up against. How did that work out for you guys? I mean, how did it feel?
Yeah, it was good because we saw where we were lacking, because those guys are playing on Super League A.
Yeah.
So as you said, like, it's good if you play like better guys than you to see where you lack and stuff. So I think coach made like a great decision to play us against the guys who play at Super League A, so that we can see where we're lacking. So that helped us a lot, because in those few games that we had, like we played on the league, it helped us, because like we managed to, from where we were like on the league till like where we are now.
Davey, you've been in Super League A, you know the difference between Super League A and Super League B. I look at Super League B and I see some serious running rugby. I mean, you look at some of these teams that we've got. If I look at the guys here, like, who jump out for me, Hamlets, Belleville, Collegians, Macassar. Some of these guys, if you give them a half a space, and we saw it in the sevens, you give them a half a gap, they're gone. You've got serious skills and a lot of. Do you think that there's a difference between the running rugby style in the leagues?
Yeah, definitely. The Super B type of rugby, there you would find it's more scattered. Like, it feels like you're playing against 30 guys against you, because all of a sudden you've tackled the guy and all of a sudden then he goes scores. So I would say in the Super League B, it's as I said earlier, it's more entertaining, but also that will also be on the negative side if you have to look at, do you have another game plan of playing? And should you get promoted, would you still be playing that type of style? Are your guys willing to learn from that? Are they willing to fall into a structured type of play? So I think that's where, as a Skulls River, we had to step up. We first decided, look here, playing the entertainment rugby is not always going to bring the results, playing that tight scores. So we decided we're going to play the from straight on with structure. If it comes that your plan A is not working, you always can go to your plan B, where you just say, like, Bax, please help us out here with the speed. And then all of a sudden everyone is shocked. What's happening? These guys So I would say, you need to have also plan A and B. You can't always just keep on running the ball. And
you've got some serious experience there as well at Kales River. If I look at the, you had Easters was coaching you guys. He obviously did a great job. Took you to into Super League A. He carried you through there. Charlton van Jaarsveld, the likes of Earl Johnston. You've got some good people in your management side. It's not. It looks from the outside, it looks like it's not only about the players that carry you through. You've got to have a management team behind you that's carrying the weight.
A management team, like they would say the whole year, that's not sleeping. Call each other 2 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. Hey, what's happening? Are we going to chop and change the team? What's happening? So for me, as a player, it was, I would say, looking at their work, management side, coaching staff, they had it difficult, because in that same position you would find 2 to 3 players that's also a key player that can also step into the team and make that difference. So it was always a headache for them, but a good headache, because look where we're at now, coming 2020, we're playing at the top league. So I think that's more or less where it came through.
I think the guys, and it's always, I think on a Cape Rugby point of view, we love giving credit to the administrators, the guys behind the scenes. And I look at Kales River over the last few years, and I think of Grant Albertine and Gray Smith and Donnie Isaacs. You guys have got a great squad behind you. And if you're not chasing admin, you're working on sponsor relationships, and the clubhouse is cooking. In fact, talking about cooking, what I absolutely love about coming to Kales River is that there's going to be a chicken curry there.
Always, Mr. Smith's wife, she organizes the food there. We're always complaining as the first team. We do the entertainment, we set everything aside. When we come off the field, everyone is hungry, because you won't find a player will eat before a game because of the nerves. So after the game, I'm the first guy that's complaining. Hey, where's the curry? What's happening? Bring the platters. Why are you not sorted? But it's, as I would say, the from the management towards the spectators, towards the players, it's where it comes with the Kayla Live, the hashtag Kayla Live, that's why. From the outside, people would think it's just all fun and games, but during the week, those people are working. There's always something happening in the clubhouse while we're training. When the stormy weather are there, there's no such thing as we're gonna stay indoors.
You're very lucky.
Even they will even take it longer when it's raining. They will take their time with us outside there.
Yeah, no,
So,
I think that the all the Kayla fans can be very grateful to the work there. You know, interestingly enough, it's not only during the season. The minute the season finished, the guys were busy with, and we saw it the other day, Family Day at Kailsrivier.
Yes.
There was, of course, your awards evening. You know, we see the pictures on Facebook, and it's really great stuff. Your admin squad, and I think that, in my opinion, that's what you need if you're going to go into Super League A. You can't go into Super League A or go up a league if you don't have a good management team behind you. I don't know, Fabian, you want to comment on that?
No, that's basically your core, the behind the scenes, because the focus is more on the guys on the field, but what happens afterwards? Who's taking the guys home? Who's making sure that there's water, for instance, transport. Those are the guys that don't get the thank yous, but they mean a lot.
We're going to take an ad break, and we're going to come back. We carry on with our Captain's Corner. It's one of those end of season shows where we manage to catch up with some of the players and speak to them about how it is that they experienced the year. And I think for a lot of the guys, it's the first time that they actually have a chance to socialize a little bit. We'll see you after the break. Don't go away. Well, welcome back, folks. We're doing the captain's table here on Cape Rugby TV. It's nice to have you along. With me is, of course, Ivor van der Merwe from Kailsrivier, is the captain of Kailsrivier. Luvo Nchapi is the vice captain at Busy Bees, and Fabian Philander, vice captain at Goodwood. It's nice to have you guys along. A lot of people will watch this TV show and maybe other TV shows and think, well, rugby is just rugby. You have to play, and they'll look at 80 minutes. But behind the scenes, there's a lot more that makes amateur sport work. Somebody has to think about travel and accommodation and maybe a little bit of bite to eat for some players who maybe are hungry before the game. Obviously, I was hungry before and after the game. But there's a lot more than my point being, to play amateur sport, amateur rugby in this case, there's a lot of challenges. It's much more than just rocking. I think Luvo said it as well. It wasn't just, as simple as going to the high performance center. People have got day jobs. You've got to think about how you're going to get to the venue. It's not easy.
Yes, no. Like our management decided this year, with our under 20s, there's a lot of our guys coming from Ravensmead. They would try to get the guys to the field early, and then get them a bite to eat before the game. Because some of our guys are not so fortunate, and that actually it makes it easier for him to bring a buddy.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there will be something for him before the game, and so.
Well, that's one of the reasons why we love to put you guys on TV. And I think Alfred has been so special at capitalizing on every TV opportunity. And I look at Busy Bees, and you've had Boland Mark there. As in fact, I think the jersey's in the back here somewhere. Boland Mark has been a sponsorship to a sponsor. And folks, that's Boland Market, who in fact are, I think, fruit and vegetable suppliers. And come out of the Boland area and have been sponsoring Busy Bees for, I think, more than 30 years now. But to go back to Fabian, to go back to my point here, is this is one of the reasons why we love to get you guys on TV, so that you can potentially go to sponsors and say, well, we're going to be on TV, can you support the club? And we keep thinking that we need millions, but there are a lot of sponsors out there who will, for example, give meat packs and grocery bags. You can have a lot of fun. Anyway, it's interesting to hear you talk about that running a club is much more than just knowing how to pass a ball.
Yes, no, it is. It's a lot of admin going. But like I've just now during the year, you would think there's no sponsor at the club. You need the big money, and you guys made it easier for us, Cape Rugby TV, to give that exposure, and it's become easier. I know a couple of years before you guys started, it was really difficult you need to go to the big companies to say, or to ask for some money.
Yeah.
People are not always keen.
But Goodwood has got a good structure. You've got a fantastic clubhouse. the stadium that you've got there, the field is nicely organized. It's nice to have a parking lot. You've got a parking lot. You know, we think about some of these things that we take for granted, but a great venue to be playing at.
Yes, no, it was especially nice when we hosted the Sevens. To have a lot of people there.
Yeah. Then you guys, during the bowl semi-finals, you are up against Uni Mill. Let's take a look at that.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy.
Sevens rugby action, super exciting. As you can see there, of course, the Sevens was also, in addition to Score Energy Drinks, the Sevens was supported by African Bank. So here's a competition for you. If you're from a club or if you're a player at the club and you open an African Bank account, you stand a shot at winning a share of 7,000 Rand, and the club with the most entries wins 10,000 Rand. And all you need to do to enter that competition is SMS the word African Bank to 33090. SMS the word African Bank to 33090. You stand a chance at winning 7,000 Rand. And of course, the club with the most entries walks away with 10,000 Rand. So jump on your phones right now, SMS the word African Bank to 33090. All right, John, we were talking now about the Sevens from that perspective. Are you going to make your debut in the Sevens next year? You're going to give it a go?
JP, I don't want to injure all the Sevens teams. No, definitely not. The Sevens is, just looking at it makes you tired.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about Sevens rugby, and I think it's and I like what you said, Fabian, is that you know, it's an opportunity for the other guys. It's an opportunity for the youngsters, for maybe the guys in the other teams as well, to get out there, and the 15 guys can come and support.
And there again, JP, they make use of the opportunity because they don't always get the chance during the season, but there they bring a different set of skills.
Yeah.
Because I was quite surprised by a couple of guys.
Yeah. Have you guys got Luvo? Have you guys got 7 superstars at Bees?
Yeah, there's too much. There's too much. We have guys who can run from every angle. So yeah.
They just you see them coming one way. I'll never forget. Somebody explained to me. It was a media guy said Brayton Paulser was like a soap in the bath. You knew where it was, but you just couldn't. You couldn't let it grip you. Yeah. Folks, as you know, then Score Energy Drinks, of course, on board with the Western Province Club Rugby, and they are the sponsors of the Western Province Score Sevens. if you want to win yourself a case of Score energy drinks, 33090. All you need to do is SMS the word SCORE to 33090 and you put yourself in the mix to win a case of Score energy drinks. Congratulations to last week's winner, Kevin Horn. Kevin, somebody from Cape Rugby TV is going to be in touch with you shortly. You walk away with a case of Score energy drinks. All right, lots of energy in this can. 33090, folks, if you want to win yourself a case of Score. Just SMS that word to SCORE to 33090. All right, we're going to take an ad break, and when we come back from the break, we'll take a look at some of the other matches in Super League B. We're, of course, speaking to Ivan van der Merwe, captain at Kales River, Luvo Mchapi, the vice-captain at Busy Bees, and Fabian Philander, vice-captain at Goodwood. Back in a sec. Welcome back, everybody. It's Cape Rugby TV. We've got our captain's table on the cards end of year, where we talk to the guys from various leagues, and we try to keep everybody in the same league when we get them on around the table, because obviously they played against each other and it makes it a lot more fun. We've got Kales River, Busy Bees, and Goodwood this evening. Captains joining us. One of the matches we went out to this year was Goodwood up against Franschhoek. Both these teams in Super League B. Let's take a look at this match highlights, and then we'll speak to Ivor and Luvo and Fabian about some of the tough matches that they had during 2019.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks, and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks, and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy.
Well, it was a victory for Goodwood over Franschhoek. In the Goodwood, in the sevens, Fabian. You beat them in the sevens, but it didn't go your way in the league. Franschhoek was a pretty good outfit, though.
No, JP, the weather was a deciding factor.
Was it the weather? Well, Fabian, I mean, Ivor was just saying that you're lucky. Some of the teams, they thrive in the weather. Some of these guys, wet weather is their course.
Yeah, but on the day, JP. By that game,
what do you learn from a game like this? I mean, you took a pretty significant loss here. What do you take from it?
Like what John mentioned now, you can't have one team. There's some guys which can thrive.
Yeah.
But you must be ready for every type of weather conditions. Or
is it difficult? Is it difficult to raise the spirits of the guys after you take a knock and you've still got a long season ahead?
Yes. No. We found we started off with 2 wins, and then I think our first game against St. George's, they welcomed us to Super B, and then after that we went into a dip. It's a bit difficult, and then after the mid-week break, the mid-year break, some of the guys you find that the morale wasn't up there.
Well, looking at that, you took a big loss against St. George's, but your very next match was against Belhar, and then you turned it around.
Yes. No. We after that. The coach said no, but we welcome to Super B. Now it's our time to show the guys. We're not here to make up numbers.
So you turned it around the next game, and then the very next game you played against Belleville and you turned it the other way again.
Yes, like JP.
Belleville was a dangerous team in this year, in 2019. They had some fantastic games. Any team who came up against Belleville knew. I don't know, Luvo, you want to go there? If you played Belleville this year, you knew you were going to have a game on your hands.
Yeah, those guys were good, man. Because like we knew from the get going, like we were not gonna win against them, because we first played with them on like friendlies before, so we knew what kind of game they're gonna bring to us. But unfortunately, we couldn't win them. So yeah.
Did you feel like, I mean, your first game this season was against Helderberg, and Helderberg, I think in the first few weeks, Helderberg was at the top of the log. They came out strong in the season. Your very next game was against Belleville, and as we saw, Belleville was challenging to the last minute to make it into Super League A. So you really played against a big team there, but you still put 22 points on the board at Busy Bees, and to put that on against Belleville, I mean, you guys must have walked away with a pretty good feeling there in terms of your performance.
Yeah. The first two games were tough because we were not much into the game, because like Busy Bees, there's this Easter tournament, so most of the guys, they go to Eastern Cape to play. So we didn't have like a solid first team that time, but when they came back, so we restructured and take it from there.
Otherwise, you would have won that game.
Yeah, for sure.
It would have been that game. Ivor, we were just talking here about Belleville. Belleville was one of the danger teams this year. We're going to take a look at Kailsriver against Belleville. Let's take a look at the highlights here.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks, and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks, and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy.
Belleville against Kales River. I remember that week. Jerome wasn't very happy. It went down to the wire there for you guys, John. It could have gone anyway in the dying seconds.
Yeah, definitely. I think 2 yellow cards at the time in the first half. I mean, me not playing it was very emotional, but I saw the vibe in the team. I knew, there was something special going to happen.
Yeah.
But everyone knows Belleville playing that 80 minutes where they always turn the games around the last 10 minutes. I knew, like, with our game plan, it's not going to work. It will backfire to them. So we basically ran them out in the 80.
Well, one of the things that we looked at in this year in 2019 was we had the barometer. In fact, we should have shown the barometer for that game. And if I remember correctly, the barometer might have pointed against Kales River.
Yes.
But, and what was more was that the fan factor, what we had this thing called the fan factor, was in favor of Belleville.
Definitely.
I mean, I know that you didn't play in that game, but how much of a difference does it make, the fans? And if you look at Belleville, the fans came out in their numbers there.
Yeah, the fans will play a big part within the team, lifting the team, and also trying to break down the opponent's spirit, basically. But if you look around with the players, it also determines the characters, the seniorship within the team.
Yeah.
That also plays a role if you're going to play against a team like a Belleville or Hamlets. If you have that seniors in the team that can just keep the guys together, because if they don't talk to each other in the game, everyone's just going to do their own thing.
Yeah.
But with this game against Belleville, I was there on the sideline. I was just saying, it's going to come. It's going to come. At the end, it will come.
You've got a lot of confidence. That's the way it should be. All right, folks, we're going to take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll continue our conversation. We'll take a look at the match between some of the other matches, highlight matches in Super League B. We said this year that this was the League of Death. It was close. It was down to the wire. We remember looking all season long, and it was 9-10 teams who were able to potentially make it into the top 6. Right, we'll take an ad break. We'll be back in a sec. Right, one of the big days was, of course, playing at Newlands. Newlands was absolutely special this year. We've been there for the last few years. Kales River was up against Hamlets. We're going to make this our last game, guys, but I know that all three of you have been at Newlands. Goodwood, Busy Bees, of course, Kales River. We're going to talk about that experience playing at Newlands. We're going to talk about that in a second. You guys can certainly fill me in. Let's take a look at the match between Kales River and Hamlets. Of course, both these teams, danger teams for everybody.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks, and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Direct Access Financial Services, Score Energy Drinks, and MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy.
All right, I'm not going to go straight to Ivor here. Luvo, what do you think there? You guys played at Newlands. You know the feeling looking at that game there, I mean, you got to love amateur rugby at Newlands.
Yeah, it's always like nice to get such opportunities to play in such fields, and it was amazing when we played against Macaster last year, but those guys like ran us out when we played against them. But this year things changed. We ran them through, so it's always amazing to play at Newlands because like there's a lot of teams like professional that plays there, so the experience is amazing.
Yeah. Fabian, you guys have also been there. Nice atmosphere, of course, this last year at Newlands this year.
I heard about that spiraling wind in the stadium, and it's nice when you know your fans sitting on the right hand side, they shouting, but you can hear it on the left hand side. But it was a nice experience for us.
Well, talking about the spiraling wind, and you mentioned it in the break. In that game, you guys had Earl Rose playing for you. Watching that game and watching him play, as I said to you in the break, it was like watching him play in slow motion. How much of a difference did he make for you guys this year?
Yeah, before that, JP, I just want to bring my friend. I just want to bring my friend back here.
Yes. Shift a little bit to your left. There we go. We haven't even had a chance to talk to you about this yet. This is, of course, your league trophy.
Save the best for last.
Save the best for last. We should have brought that up right at the beginning, yeah.
With having all there within the vicinity of playing at Newlands, it's basically for him like playing at his home field. So
yeah,
I think with me having the toss, he decided already which way we're going to play. He was already, I don't care what, if we lose or what happens at the toss, we're going to play up towards going to the N2 side.
Really?
So
he knows that field.
Yeah, he knows the field. Basically, he kept Hamlets away from the fans. He was always territorial. Every time when he had the opportunity, he had the drop goal in place. He had those monster up and under kicks because he knows the vicinity, the wind carrying the ball. So that was one of the plus points having him there. As I explained earlier, within the seniorships within the team, with decision making, it's not for a captain. It would always go easy when you have a bunch of guys behind you. Like at the point where, I mean, I'm not just captain alone. I have Charlie there with me, Charlton van Elsveld. So we will always have that small, quick debate before any decision will be made, and then from there onwards, it won't always be just the captain's decision.
Yeah, you actually have to be a rugby fan to appreciate and be close to the field to appreciate the sound of the ball coming off the boot. And when Earl Rose puts ball to boot, you know it's going to travel a long distance.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He was struggling in the beginning of the year with the hamstring injury, but then one of the games, he was just kicking from the halfway, 10 meters within his half. He was just teeing off, so I said, okay. So guys, as you can see, there's a kicker now also. So it's just the vibe within the squad. Everyone knew what they had, what they're bringing towards the team. So it wasn't where I would get angry just by sitting on a bench the whole time. It was always your opportunity will come, and when it comes, you're not going to give that jersey off that easily again. So there was the dynamic from Wessel, Easters, and Coach Oki that when you get the opportunity, you need to showcase.
Yeah.
And from the other side, there was always the truth, the honesty within the team. You're not always going to play, but you need to be within the squad. So I think the whole setup within the squad that was that big, I think that carried us through, especially when we had the Saldanha Easter tournament. You can't just play the same team through the league. You had to have a plan B, as I explained. So with some of the guys being fatigued, there was always a chance for the next guy to step up. So it was never any disappointments. It was always just someone just taking that place and carrying on where you left behind. So it was always the setup.
Well, I love hearing what you're saying. You know, that's why we call it a team. You know, I mean, Livo, rugby today is not a 15-man game anymore. It's 22 players going to the park and one team of 22.
Yeah, it's that, and even like when you have like the supporters, like they're also playing a big role. Because like all the time they cheer us up, so I feel like we mustn't forget them, because that's what keeps the team goes. The supporters.
Right, folks, for those of you that just joined us, it's Cape Rugby TV. We are about to wrap up now. Of course, the captain's table. Don't forget, CTC Sports is, of course, running that jersey special, the Club Rugby jersey special. If you need to buy yourself a set of jerseys, they're on special at CTC Sports at the moment. You want to get first in the queue as well. All you need to do is SMS the word CTC to 33090. Let's just go back to that poster again. I'll give you the prices, and there you see for seniors jerseys, only 220 Rand for the off-season rugby jersey sale, that is 220 Rand, and then the juniors jerseys only 200 Rand. That special is only lasting until the 1st of January, so you want to get in the queue now. Send your text message, and I'm sure CTC will get you in the queue, and you will guarantee, or I can't promise, but you could get a chance of retaining that special offer. It closes on the 1st of January. Fabian, you guys are probably going on a break already. Plans for the holidays, and you say back on the 5th of January, 6th of January.
6th of January, yes. It's been difficult. Like I didn't participate in the sevens. In the couple, I can feel already. But yeah, I just want to call upon our guys that some of our guys that I know
are watching you now.
Yes, to come up and to the 6th of January and let's take it from there. I know we'll probably have our first game, but we would be participating in the West Bank 7, so the guys must make their way to the field.
Well, we're looking forward to it. We want to get photographs and pictures from you guys on the 6th of January and send them to us so that on the Wednesday we can show who all rocked up for practice. Luvo, for you guys?
I think there's like nothing set for yet, so because most of the guys are going to Eastern Cape and it's festive, so it's all about like
take a bit of a break.
Yeah, a break. Yeah, family time. So I think maybe Jan. That's when we're all going to kick in.
Come January, it's all systems go again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to following your progress. I know that you guys are going to have a great 2020. Yeah. And Ivor, for you guys, it's up to Super League A now. I know you guys are training individually in the gym and all that, but come next year, it's
process starts all over again.
Yeah.
The guys, I know there will be a few of the heavier guys that I would say fortunately Super A is not that quick. So if you can bulk up, start bulking, guys. Yeah, that's from my side.
Now, listen, it's been fantastic having you guys on the show, and we're going to follow your progress, and we're going to talk about you during 2020, and keep sending us information. Ivor, thanks for joining us. We look forward to having you back soon.
Thanks for the opportunity, James.
Yeah, and Luvo, to you guys as well. Give my best to Alfred and the guys, and to Lucky, if he happens to see the show. He's of course playing at the Stormers now.
Yeah, and we're close we're friends.
You see him from time to time?
Yeah.
We're looking forward to his progress.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us, and of course Fabian, great to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you very much, JP, and thank you for what you guys do for us as amateur players. Really appreciate it.
We enjoy it, and for us it's easy. We just talk about it. You guys do the work. You do the hard work. We just along. Right, folks. That's a wrap from us here at Cape Rugby TV. It's the captain's table. We're at the end of the year. We catch up with the captains from the various leagues. Of course, this show was dedicated to Super League B. It was a tough league. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Have a fantastic rugby weekend. Bye bye.